Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television. And now to our eyewitness pictures. We start with this one from Imo State, which shows a flowing stream. Our eyewitness reporter allegedly says it is the only source of drinking water in Idiato, south of the state, and is asking the government to come to their aid. Our second image is from Nnewi North local government area in neighboring Anambra State, showing a gully erosion site. Our eyewitness reporter explains that the gully is about 40 feet deep and wants the authorities to urgently address this. Our third picture is from the Benin-Auchi Expressway, showing the sorry state of the highway. Our eyewitness reporter is appealing to the relevant authorities to fix the damaged road. And our final picture is coming from Benue State, showing how difficult it has been for motorists using this highway. Our eyewitness reporter wants the Road Maintenance Agency to repair this road. Thank you so much for sending in those pictures, and we do encourage you to keep them coming. The remains of the late Channels Television State House correspondent Chukwuma has been laid to rest in his country home in Akabo, Ikeduru local government area of Imo State. At the event, families, government officials, friends and well-meaning Nigerians described the late Onekusi as a refined and professional journalist whose legacy in journalism is worthy of emulation. Also present at the occasion was the Imo State Governor, Rochas Okorocha, represented by his deputy, Eze Madumiri, the Minister of Labour and Productivity, Chris Ngige, Channels Television's management team, led by the General Manager Special Duties, Mr. Steve Judo. The Anglican Communion of St. Andrew's Church in Akabo, Ikeduru local government area of Imo State is filled to capacity with those who have come to pay their last respects to the late Channels Television State House correspondent Chukwuma Onekusi. Members of his family, government officials, his colleagues, friends and well-wishers were present to witness Onekusi's final journey as his remains are wheeled into the church for the service. In his sermon, the officiating priest emphasizes the need for all humans to understand the time of life as ordained by God.
No matter the week you are playing a match. I don't know how you are representing, how you are defending your wing. I don't know how concentrated you are. I don't know how focused you are. I don't know whether you are in the field to entertain or to get goals. But one thing is certain, the final whistle must surely blow.
The church service is followed by the interment at his Akabo home. Government officials at the event bear their minds on the personality of the late journalist.
Chukwuma left a mark of professionalism in journalism. He's a patriotic Nigerian who has traversed this nation and outside this nation in the course of his duty.
One of the best in his profession. Diligent, very dutiful, articulate, and very cerebral.
His loss has left a big vacuum, in the coverage of the president, because he was he did very well in all respects.
It's not easy for Foreign Executive Council to take a 1 minute silence for an individual who has nothing to do with the power. But that shows his outstanding qualities. So I do appreciate him. And besides the fact that he's my brother, you can have a bad brother, but he's a very good brother.
For Channels Television, Chukwuma will be missed dearly as captured here by his colleagues and the Channels Television family, who, as a mark of honor to him, lay a wreath by his graveside.
We'll miss him. We wish his family well, the children, his immediate brothers and sisters. For all of us, we hope that he will rest in the bosom of the Lord.
He was a good man. One Channels Television could rely upon to report the State House for over 10 years. That's not a joke. He must have had that grain of professionalism that made us to pick Chukwuma and have him to work with us.
And to his immediate family, though Chukwuma is no more, his legacy will never be forgotten.
And according to the Bible scripture, it teaches us that God knows our life, even while we're in our mother's womb. And God is aware, and God already knew right from time that to happen today. So it is according to the will of God.
Chukwuma Onyekwusi died at the age of 55. Until his death, he was the Channels Television State House correspondent, a position he held for 10 years. He is survived by his wife and 3 children.
Chukwuma will definitely not be forgotten in a hurry. To other stories now, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has denied reports that it stopped the process of recall of the Senator Dino Melaye owing to blackmail. It was reported that the Senate's decision to probe the Tertiary Education Trust Fund, TED Fund, where the INEC chairman, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, previously served as Executive Secretary, informed INEC's decision to suspend this action. A statement by INEC's National Commissioner, Professor Okechukwu Ibianu, describes the report as mischievous and false. He adds, and I quote, "Surely the decision of the Commission to obey the court order, pursue its timeless vacation and lay a complaint about the nature of the Federal High Court order to the Chief Justice of the Federation cannot in any way mean a cessation of the process of recall of the Senator, which has already commenced." End of quote. The Commission insists that it will continue to carry out its duties without fear or favor. To health matters now. High rates of fertility and an increasing number of women of reproductive age are major factors in the population surge in Africa. Nigeria's population, one of the fastest growing globally, stands at 2.35% of the world figure, and that's according to UNICEF reports, and it's also projected to rise. In order to improve maternal and child health outcomes, experts have advocated not just limiting family size, but also child spacing. Our correspondent, Mary Alale Yusuf, has more on Focus on Health.
An average couple in Nigeria gives birth to approximately 5 children, one of the highest rates in the world. This trend has been described by medical experts as detrimental to maternal and child health.
Child spacing and limiting family size have been identified as important methods to improve health outcomes.
We begin to have higher incidences of hemorrhage, problems with anemia, and so on and so forth. And then you also have issues like the mother getting, older, and then you have underlying comorbidities like hypertension, diabetes, and so on and so forth, also now contributing to maternal mortality.
There's an increased risk of being born prematurely when the mothers have pregnancies that are closely spaced, because they are also, the mother is sort of like weak to handle that baby. So there's an increased risk of having premature babies. Also, the children are more likely to be born low birth weight. And when the babies are born with a low weight, then they have more problems, such as maintaining their own temperature, maintaining the blood sugar. So all these increase the risk of illnesses in the neonatal period, that's in the first 28 days of life.
Modern methods of child spacing are called contraception, and there's a method for almost every woman, some serving a second purpose of preventing sexually transmitted infections.
If we are going to offer the combined oral contraceptive pill, which contains a combination of both estrogen and progesterone, because estrogen is associated with some cardiovascular effect, we ensure that that woman is not hypertensive, that she doesn't have any pre-existing cardiac condition. We also see a young lady that is sexually active. If we are going to offer that kind of young lady a contraceptive option, we are not just going to offer her a method that will prevent her from getting pregnant. We also offer the one that will reduce her chances of getting infection. We also have the injectables, the implant device that we just put under the skin. And of course, they are very, very effective.
In spite of the general awareness about contraception, according to 2013 National Demographic Survey figures, the use in Nigeria is at just 16%. Experts say access must be improved.
Not everybody is prepared to walk into a formal family planning clinic. So it should be possible maybe to have family planning clinics maybe within a marketplace or within institutions where people can easily walk in.
Unfortunately, population growth rate in Nigeria has been said to be too fast, given the current state of development in the country.
If we get more women to have access to family planning, that means we have more women who can be able to go to school, they can get employed and be in paid labor workforce, they can become more productive and contribute their own quota to national development.
The federal government has strategies to improve the contraceptive prevalence rate.
Some of the strategies that they have adopted is to make these commodities free in public health facilities in Nigeria. Another thing that they have done is what to do to increase demand generation. So they want to increase access to information to family planning services so that women, couples can begin to demand for these commodities.
She adds that the federal government is also identifying successful contraceptive users to act as peers who will help others take up family planning methods. Mary Alale Yusuf, Channels Television News.
When the news at 10 returns, Securities and Exchange Commission set August the 20th as the deadline for compliance on sponsored individuals and compliance officers. That's on Business News. Join us again.